Hi guys! Oh, I can't, this is making me so uncomfortable. Today, I'm gonna be doing a video that has been requested for so long. I am gonna be telling you guys all about my modeling. So I've been modeling for around 2 years now, and I went on my Instagram and asked you guys to ask me all the questions you have. So I'm just gonna go through and tell you guys a little bit more about it.
Do you want me to read the questions out?
Oh, you think that would be good actually?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have all the questions and my dad has volunteered to read them out, so he's just gonna read the good ones and I'm gonna answer them for you.
How did you get started?
So I originally got scouted when, well, I had wanted to model like ever since I was young, but then I signed with an agency called and it ended up being a scam, but we heard about it on the radio, went to the thing, they like told me I was gonna be big and meet Justin Bieber and stuff. That ended up not happening, but the shoot that I did book with them, I met a photographer named Jose and he sent me to Directions USA, my agency I'm now at, and so he kind of just set everything into motion.
How do I know if I'm pretty enough?
You are.
Do you have to follow a bunch of rules like weight, eating, or is it more casual?
For me, because I'm not like high league, I'm sure if you were like a professional model, there would be things you had to do, but since I'm just kind of more like freelance, just fun stuff, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to worry about a diet or anything like that.
Have you ran into any bad situations like in the bigger modeling businesses?
No, everything, I'm signed with a very good agency, so everything, all the shoots I get booked with, they're always really safe, they're with good people, and I usually always like everyone that I'm working with.
Here's the question that everyone asks. How much do you get paid for modeling?
So for each modeling job, it's a different amount of money, but you also have test shoots. So a test shoot is when you pay to get your makeup and hair done, your outfit. And so that can be kind of pricey. Usually for test shoots, it can be like 800, 700. It just depends on like who you're shooting with. But for most modeling jobs, it can usually range anywhere from like 300 to 1300. At least that's what I've kind of experienced. It just depends on the brand. If you're shooting with a higher end brand, you're gonna get more money.
Do you ever feel insecure?
Yes.
Do you still pick your nose?
No, that's not a question.
Do you have a strict skincare routine?
No. Here, I'll show you guys my skin in the light. Okay, that was horrible lighting, but I luckily have fairly good skin. It obviously breaks out, like I have some right here, but apart from that, my skin isn't that bad. With acne, I do have very dry skin, which can be difficult with modeling because you don't want to put lotion on because then it gets all over the clothes, but then it's just like a back and forth issue that I'm still dealing with today.
Do you think being an influencer helps you get more modeling jobs?
No, I don't think that being an influencer would help you get more jobs, but I do think that it would help connect you more to the people, because whenever I go to shoots, I can always just show them my Instagram, and since I am involved with more social media stuff, it's like a way for us to connect more. So it definitely does help, but I wouldn't say it helps get the job.
Again, good question. What is your ultimate goal with modeling?
I want to model even when I'm old. I don't want to do, well, they actually shut down the Victoria's Secret fashion show, but I just want to do modeling for as long as I can until I like physically can't anymore. And then I want like my kids to model because I absolutely love doing it. I love being in front of a camera.
Does YouTube make modeling easier?
No. YouTube makes modeling more fun because every time I go to a shoot, I can produce like a video and you guys love seeing the behind the scenes of it. But being a YouTuber helps nothing. Like, it's never helped me get a job or helped me book with a client.
What is your favorite shoot?
The shoots I do the most are with Belk. They usually book me on like a monthly basis, but I think test shoots are really fun because you kind of get to try on different styles. My favorite shoot that I've done more recently, I actually did it and I got on the cover of a magazine. So I shot with these people and it was absolutely amazing. Here's some pictures from the shoot, and we just did a bunch of jewels, and I actually got on the cover and on the inside of like a New York magazine, so that was insane. And this was only like a month ago, but I just really liked that because it was really different. I've never done kind of a shoot based more around like face and modeling.
Do you have to be physically fit to be a model?
I have never worked out in my life.
Slacker.
I was on track. When I first started modeling, I joined the track team at my school because I decided that I would like to be fit. And then I realized I couldn't run very long or fast, so I never got put in a track meet, so I ended up quitting track, and now I do not work out. I just have a good metabolism.
Are you with a modeling company, or do you just do it on your own for fun?
Yes, I am signed with an agency. My agency is Directions USA, and they do a lot of open calls, so if you just go to their Instagram, you'll probably see when they do one. They're located out of Greensboro. But I do a lot of shoots where people would just message me on Instagram and be like, do you want to shoot? And I'm like, yeah, because free stuff or like freelancing stuff can sometimes be a different aspect, and so it's good to get both sides of it. So basically how it works is if you're signed with an agency, this is going to be like your mother of modeling. So your agency, mine is Directions USA, they're gonna reach out to clients like Belk or Kohl's or whoever you're trying to shoot with, and they're gonna come back and pick you if you're lucky enough to get picked, and then you're gonna go and shoot with them. So that is kind of more of like a paid on a schedule through your agency modeling, but a lot of the modeling I do can be like separate from that. So if a company, this kind of goes into being big on influencing. So since I am a Instagram influencer, I have a lot of companies DM me asking for me to showcase their clothes, or if they have a new collection coming out, they would ask me if they could send me the clothes, and then I would just try them on. And so that's a different type of modeling, because sometimes that can be free if the company isn't willing to pay you, but you also have to pick and choose because you don't want to be promoting bad clothing or a bad brand, I guess, because you don't want your subscribers or your followers to be misinformed.
Here's a good question. How do you always look so pretty in your pictures, and do you have to do a lot of retakes?
Thank you. Yes, taking pictures for Instagram, I don't even understand how people do it. I usually take pictures, it's not an everyday thing for me, because I try to only take pictures like when my hair is done, when my makeup's done, when I'm wearing a cute outfit, because honestly, I think that a picture, if it's gonna turn out good, you have to be completely ready, the background has to be good, whoever's taking the picture has to be good at getting the right angle. There's just a lot that goes into it, and so how I take my pictures is I just take like 100 or 200 and I go through and I'll find 3 or 4 ones that I don't look horrible in, and then how I edit them, I'm planning on making a different video to this too, but I usually edit my videos through Lightroom. And I used to have a full preset, but recently I created my own preset, which is more of a natural looking, but I, every single day, struggle with if I should keep posting my presetted images or if I should just go all natural, because I love the all natural look on Instagram. I think it looks really clean, really professional, but presets just tie in the feed together, and if you don't know what a preset is, it's just a filter that gets applied to all your posts and makes them tie in very nicely together.
What clothing brands do you recommend for a 15-year-old girl?
So I do a lot of sponsorships with clothing brands because I love clothes and I love fashion. So the ones that I've worked with and I do a lot with, their company is Princess Polly, and you can use my code 20Teagan for 20% off your entire purchase. I get a lot of my clothes from thrift stores if I go thrifting, because that's a way to find unique articles of clothing. American Eagle, PacSun, Pink, like of course the usual basic ones. Yeah, Misguided is really good. I don't know, usually I get most of my clothes from Princess Polly.
How is your dad so awesome?
He's not.
Are agencies fine with models who have acne? Also, do they have acne clearing tips?
So I have never had really bad acne, so I've never had to deal with this, but my personal experience with my agency, obviously every single agency is different, but my agency has never seemed to care too much about stuff that I can't control. So like one time I had a huge scratch on my face, they didn't make a big deal about that. When I do have little bits of acne, it's never really a big deal. I don't think that if just because you have acne that means you're not going to be able to model, because acne doesn't make you ugly. It's not like it, I think it just makes you unique, and like literally everybody gets it at some point in their life. So try a bunch of stuff and find out what works with your skin. I don't wash my face because that's what works best with my skin.
How did you get started and how do you get booked? And you're very inspirational.
Thank you. I got started as a joke, obviously, because I heard an ad on a radio station when I was in the car and I followed through with it. But okay, let me tell you a story. When I started modeling, the agency that I signed with, they were like asking for all this money. They were promising me that I would be big if I just paid them this money. And I was young at the time, so I really wanted to model. That's all I wanted to do. And so I was like, okay, I can blow all this money and hopefully it works out, but it might not. All the reviews online were so negative. Everybody was saying, don't do it. It's not gonna be worth your money. So I went back and forth for a long time trying to decide if I should do it or not. In the end, I ended up doing it and it ended up being the best thing ever. So everything happens for a reason. I have had so many times throughout modeling that I've had to spend so much money and sometimes it hasn't paid off, but that's what you have to do. It's part of the business.
So are you saying they should do it or they shouldn't do it?
I'm saying you do have to spend money to get anywhere and you do have to take risks. Like for me, I paid so much money for my first shoot, and even though I never got that money back, those pictures never went anywhere. I shot with a really good photographer who then sent me to my agency now. So it just depends on the situation, but it is good to take chances sometimes and it can pay off good, but it just depends on the specific situation.
How tall do you have to be a model?
I'm just under 5'9". I'm taller than a lot of my friends. I'm taller than a lot of my friends. I don't think that height is something that could stop you from modeling, but obviously I'm not an agency. Every agency wants different stuff. Agencies are only gonna sign you if you're the exact look they're looking for. Before I started modeling, I used to have long, straight, blonde hair down to my belly button, and then a nose ring, and when I started modeling, I had to cut it and dye it, and now I keep it dyed, and I had to remove my nose ring. So I have a whole different look now, but this is the look they wanted, and I love modeling, so I would do anything to keep that going. So that was just a few questions that you guys asked me about modeling. I'm so glad I finally got to tell you guys everything there is to know about my modeling experience, but there is still so much. So if you guys would like to see a part 2 of this, just comment down below. And I love you guys so big, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.